Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I'm concerned that the Golden Bachelorette's Joan Vassos is regretting her relationship with Chock Chapple. She deserves someone willing to choose her. The Golden Bachelorette star Joan Vassos may have been happy to choose Chock Chapple on the show, but I'm concerned she's regretting her relationship with him after finding out that he's not consistently going to choose her in their lives together. Joan and Chock's relationship, which was followed by fans on the Golden Bachelorette Season 1, has been something that's brought intense scrutiny to the couple in recent months. While Joan and Chock may be a solid match, there's been a lot of confusion surrounding what they're doing in the future, both for their followers and the Golden couple themselves. Joan, who's originally from Maryland, shared with the Golden Bachelorette audience during the live finale aftershow that she and Chock would be looking to move to New York City in the near future, even though it wasn't somewhere either of them had lived prior. Chock, who's originally from Kansas, made it clear that he was interested in the move, but Joan was the driving force behind it. After the holiday season ended and the new year slowly got started, it felt like Joan and Chock may begin to make strides in their move. But after months without progress, I'm concerned. As Joan moved through the Golden Bachelor Season 1 with Jerry Turner and then began her own journey to find love on the Golden Bachelorette, it was clear that she was ready to find someone she could build a life with. After losing her late husband Joan Vassos to pancreatic cancer, Joan felt like she would never find love again, or at least not the type of love she wanted. She'd resigned herself to staying single in her golden years, but after finding the opportunity to join the Golden Bachelor, she took the plunge. While she wasn't sure if she would be able to move forward with someone who wasn't her late husband, Joan developed a connection with Jerry before she left the show. When it came time to choose a Golden Bachelorette, Joan was a high choice for producers who were interested in bringing someone intriguing to the series. As she took the lead of her own journey, Joan got the chance to know plenty of guys, but her connection with Chock stood out. Now that she's found love again, it's unlikely Joan will want to let it go. Although Joan and Chock have done a good job keeping Bachelor Nation up to date about their relationship, it's clear that their NYC move is something they're not in agreement on, which is why we've heard very little about it as of late. Joan and Chock's move, which they announced with excitement post-season, has been an ongoing struggle. With Chock more interested in staying in comfortable Wichita, Joan is looking to expand her horizons as she moves forward in her life. With the pair at a stalemate, it's possible Joan's looking for Chock to pick her over himself for once. While Joan may be struggling to figure out where she stands with her fiancé, it's clear that her decision to stick with Chock has been causing her more stress than expected lately. Sharing that she's been dealing with new stressors online, Chock's refusal to move to New York City has pushed Joan to genuinely consider what their relationship is going to look like moving forward. While she was ready to deal with some back-and-forth travel for Chock, she may be noticing he's not willing to give things up for her in the same way she is for him. Though Joan and Chock seem like they're happy together, I'm wondering if Joan's been noticing that she's putting in extra effort, while Chock is simply reaping the rewards of their relationship. For Joan, who spent the majority of her adult life with a spouse who she felt deeply connected to, it could be natural to give up her comforts for someone else. Moving forward, however, it seems like the Golden Bachelorette star may be reconsidering her relationship, or at least the order of her priorities, so she can put herself first. From the moment Joan Vassos graced our screens on the Golden Bachelorette she exuded a warmth and sincerity that made Bachelor Nation instantly root for her. A widow with a heart full of hope, Joan stepped into the golden spotlight, not just searching for love, but for a partner who would embrace her for all that she is, strong, kind, and unwavering in her convictions. And yet, as her journey unfolds, I find myself growing increasingly concerned that Joan is beginning to regret her relationship with Chock Chapple. Because love should be about mutual devotion, about someone who chooses you wholeheartedly. And right now, I can't shake the feeling that Joan deserves better. Chock Chapple came onto the scene as an intriguing contender, a smooth talker with a charming grin, but his laid-back attitude toward commitment has sent warning bells ringing. From the start, he carried an air of someone who wasn't quite ready to jump in with both feet. While Joan approached the process with her heart open, earnestly seeking a true and lasting connection, Chock seemed to enjoy the ride more than the destination. And that's where the concern creeps in. Joan needs a man who sees her as the prize, not as a convenient romance to entertain while the cameras are rolling. When Joan picked Chock, it seemed like she was betting on potential rather than certainty. Chock had moments of warmth, sure. He could be affectionate, he could make her laugh, and he could charm her with his playful banter. But was he willing to fight for her? Was he truly in this for the long haul? Or was he simply enjoying the glow of the moment, without the determination to make this last beyond the final rose? One of the most telling moments was when Joan began speaking about her future, her hopes, her dreams, her deep desire to find someone who would stand by her side through the everyday moments, not just the grand ones. And while Chock nodded along, his words never quite matched the weight of Joan's feelings. He spoke about taking things slow, about keeping things light, about seeing where things might lead. But for a woman like Joan, who has already experienced deep, profound love and loss, she isn't here for something casual. She isn't here to play games. She's here for a man who is ready to choose her every single day. And I'm not sure that Chock is that man. The thing about Joan is that she is a woman of immense worth. She is the kind of woman who nurtures, who gives, who loves fully and deeply. She's the kind of woman who deserves to be adored in return, not merely tolerated or strung along. And what concerns me is that Joan, being the ever-empathetic and understanding person that she is, may be convincing herself that Chock just needs time, that if she's patient enough, he will come around. But should she have to wait for that? Should she have to convince a man to want to be with her? No, she should not. Love is a choice, made every single day. And when someone truly wants to be with you, they make it known. They don't hesitate. They don't leave you wondering. They don't offer half-hearted promises or vague reassurances. They commit. They show up. They choose you. And that is what Joan deserves. Perhaps what worries me most is the way Joan's demeanor has subtly shifted in recent episodes. She started her journey with so much light and excitement, ready to embrace this new chapter of her life. But lately, there's been a flicker of doubt in her eyes, a hesitation in her voice. It's as if she is trying to convince herself that this is right, rather than simply knowing that it is. And when love is real, there is no need for convincing. Joan deserves a man who meets her halfway. A man who doesn't make her feel like she has to tiptoe around his hesitations, who doesn't make her question whether he's truly invested. A man who holds her hand and tells her, unequivocally, that she is his person, and Chock, for all his charm, doesn't seem to be that man. I fear that Joan is starting to realize this herself. And if she is, I can only hope she has the courage to walk away before she invests even more of her heart into something that isn't as solid as she deserves. It is never too late to choose yourself, to choose happiness, to choose the kind of love that leaves no room for doubt. If Joan is regretting her choice, I hope she knows she still has the power to change it, because settling for someone who isn't fully invested in you is never the answer. And Joan Vassos is far too incredible to accept anything less than a love that is all in. She deserves someone willing to choose her every single day.